So in case you missed it, we are going to use some weights, light ones. These are 2 pounds. I wouldn't go higher than 3, so a bit loud, okay. There we are. Okay, so let's start standing. Okay, comments. All right, so let's just do a little bit of stretching before we get moving. So let's take the right arm up so you're mirroring me. Give yourself a little tricep stretch. Take that into a tiny little side bend over. And then standing up, and just because it probably will feel nice, and a little shoulder stretch. You can take that into a little twist towards the same direction. And then the arm can kind of drop. It goes up and over into a side bend. Just keep folding forward over your legs, nice and slow. You can add some movement here. I'm going to spin a little bit so you can see just a nice easy fold in the knees. A little bit of movement side to side. Grab your elbows. Give yourself a little pull with the elbows down. Big breaths into your belly so that you can feel the breath help stretch and open up that low back. And then keep holding your elbows. Bend the knees a lot. And slowly roll all the way. Up to stand, take your time. And then we'll just do the other side. So tricep stretch. Little bend. Easy on the shoulder, no pain, just nice open and healing. And then the arm can come in front. Take it into a little rotation. And then arm drops. Up over. Side bend. All the way over your legs. Bend the knees nice and deep. Spin this way, grab your elbows. Add some movement. And then a little pull with the on the elbows down and then slowly start to roll up. So you get that length, that stretch into the back. And once we're here, we're just going to do some nice, easy bend and stretch in the knees. Nice and slow to start. Down and up. Squat. Let the body move forward so you can feel the outer and inner thighs engage a bit. Maybe we're not feeling too much in that low back. 3 and 2. We're just going to add a little step here. So all you're going to do is 2 steps to the right, squat, stand up, bring legs together, squat, legs together, other way. Feel like you're kind of softening as you go down so that your knees are not feeling tightness, hopefully. You're feeling a nice sense of just movement through those joints. So we'll go one more each way. Good. Step your legs wide, arms to the side. I'm going to just spin a little bit here. You're going to pitch forward, bring right hand to left toe, all the way up to stand. Other side, over the legs, tap the toe, all the way up. We'll do one more each way, alternating for the hamstrings. Make sure the weight's going forward over your toes instead of back in your heels. Pause here, let's grab the weights. And And then come back to that wide second position. You're gonna turn your toes out just slightly. And you're just gonna do this little shift side to side with the arms out. So do make sure that your feet are wide enough that when you shift into your lunge, the knee isn't passing the toes. Good. You have 4, 3, 2, 1. You're just going to add a slide, arms in and out, in, out. In, out. Good. 4 more here. 1. I'm counting the arms. 2, 3. We're just going to change the arms, keep the legs exactly the same. You're just going to put palms down, palms up, and I am crossing a little bit at my chest. Just feels a bit more natural that way. Down, up, down, up. You can bring the arms down a little bit more belly button height if you're just feeling a bit too much in the shoulders and neck. You have 4 more arms. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to spin, so come over to the right toward your left side if you're mirroring me, and just spin so that you're in a nice lunge this way. Palms are going to be down when the arms extend. We're just going to do some easy triceps here. Nice bend in the front knee, a little release through the back knee so that we're not in a very strong position here. It's more just supporting with the legs, kind of buoyant, easy feeling through the joints. You're going to spin the palms so the palms now face the ceiling when the arms are extended. Keep going. Just checking here. Hello. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up and stand. Let's just bring the hands up with palms. Let's go palms to the ceiling. That was good. And we're just going to do a couple knee ups here. Just to move nice and easily. Get the heart rate up. Knee up, knee up. Speed it up a tiny bit. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay on the right leg. I'm going to just talk about the leg that I'm using. So if you're mirroring me, we're doing the other side right away. Back into your lunge. Open into your second position. And shift side to side with the arms out. Nice and easy bounce in the knees and hips. 3, 2, palms will stay to the ceiling. Bring them in and out. In, out. I'm already getting out of breath. Good, adding that little twist, so now the palms will go to the floor, to the ceiling. Nice little swimming feeling in the upper body. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Let's stay over to the other side. Spin so that you're in that nice little lunge. Easy through the back knee, palms to the ground as you extend into the triceps. Five more here. 1, 2, 3, long breaths. Good, next one you're going to spin the palms to face the ceiling and keep going with the triceps. You have 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on up and stand. Palms down this time, elbows bent. Let's do that knee up. Just start just at a moderate pace. And then speed it up. For 10, 9, 8, 7. I am aiming my knees for the balls, so I'm trying, or the weight, so I'm trying to lift them a bit higher than I would if my hands were there. Okay, settle at the bottom of the mat. Nod the chin. Nice easy spine stretch forward. Just place the weight down beside you. Hang over the legs. Walk your hands forward into a plank position. Hold here for a moment. I'm going to adjust my mat so you can see a little better. Good. Pause here. Knees down. Lower your chest all the way to the floor. Good. So here we are prone. You're going to use your weights a little bit, so just make sure they're by your hips. So just take a second, hands by your side. Just feel a little bit of support through those low abs, and just lift the arms up and lower down. Lift and lower. Good, let's add the upper body. So the head and upper back, lift with the arms, and then lower down. And lift, and lower down. So it's all coming from the back of the shoulders and that upper spine. My head and neck are following along. You're gonna grab your weights. Hold yourself up into that little upper back extension and just pulse the arms. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the arms up, spin the palms to the floor, back of the hands face the ceiling, and pulse here. 10. Just in a little upper back extension, lots of low ab support. My glutes are on. 3, 2. Place the weights down, hands under the shoulders, push back into a shell stretch, wide knees. Shift side to side a few times. Come on forward into a downward dog or inverted V position. Just walk through the feet a few times. Widen your feet. Walk your hands back to your feet. Drop into a nice squat. And come on up and let's grab your weights as you come up. Just going to step forward here. We're going to use the right leg. You're going to do a little bicep curl as you lunge back and tap forward. Lunge back, tap forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the lunge back. Bring the elbows behind you, palms to the floor. Triceps. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Palms to the ceiling. Let's do our last set of 10 here. 10, 9, 7, 4, 3, 2. Come on up and stand. Just a couple knee lifts just to get the blood back into your supporting glute as you walk back to the end of your mat. Let's speed up a little bit for 4, 3, 2, and then yawn and curl. Bend the knees, roll down. Place the weights by your side, knowing that we may use them again. Walk yourself forward, find your plank position. Give yourself some movement here too. So you can kind of feel, what is it like if I release my knees a bit, but still stay very supported through my center, so my back is supported. I'm pushing into the floor with my hands. Knees drop down, lower all the way onto your belly. Just take a second. Let's just turn the head to one side. Take a moment to stretch your neck. And then flip the head to the other side. And then bring your head center. And let's just open the arms a little bit off your hips so they're kind of diagonally down. The weights will be there when you need them. So head on the floor, glutes and low abs engaged. Lift and lower. So now you're more in like an A shape. And down like so. Keep going, lift and lower. With your head on the floor. And then lift up with the upper body. Grab your weights and lift and lower. Place the weights down and then lift. So you do get that moment to put them on the floor. I find that just helps with, manage the tension that can build in the neck and shoulders. Good, palms to the ceiling. This time we can pulse a bit. 8, 7, 6, 5. You can always put your head to the floor and just work here, or you can lose the weights and just do it like so. Good, rest. Hands under the shoulders. Press back into your shell, stretch wide knees. Add a little bit of your movement here. Shift forward, tuck your toes. Inverted V, add movement here, walking through the feet, feel the calves open. Walk your hands back to your feet. You will grab your weights again. And slowly roll up. I'm going to step forward here. Right back into your lunge with the bicep curl and tap forward. Lunge and tap forward. So I'm using my left leg always, this side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay back here. Elbows lift back, palms to the floor as you go into your triceps. 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spin the palms so now they face the ceiling and 10, 9, 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up and step. Let's balance on that leg. Bring the knee up, and then just switch, switch. Feels good on the legs. Just move them around with ease. After all that work. Pause, nod the chin, roll forward. Place the weights down. Hang out here for a moment. Just sway side to side, let that back release. Walk your hands forward into your plank position and pause. I'm going to drop my knees. We're going to do 5 push-ups, nice and slow. Down and press. Down and press. 3, breaths. Keep going. 4, breaths. Last one. Right away, lift into your inverted V. Walk through your feet. Widen the feet a bit. Walk your hands back to your feet and hold. Grab your weights. Roll yourself all the way up. We're just going to step forward here. We're going back to the right leg. Lunge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 2 more. 9. You're going to go back into your lunge and hold. This time, connect the weights. And we're just going to challenge your hip stability by reaching up and down. Up. So I'm going down to my forward leg and up to the back leg. 5, 4. Now the lunge can be as deep as you would like. 2 and 1. Come on up to balance. Find your balance. Same diagonal on one foot. Take your time. Eyes follow the weights if you can. 4 more. 3. And last one here. 4. We'll just move back to the back of the mat. Not and curl right away. Place the weights down. Hang over bent knees. Walk forward into your plank position. Add your movement here if you like. Good. Turn the fingertips in just slightly. I'm going to put my knees down for this. You don't have to. 5 push-ups a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift the hips up. Walk through the feet. Shift your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot. Grab your weights. And slowly roll up. Using the left leg this time. Reverse. 1. I'm adding a little bicep curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 2 more. And we'll hold the next one back. I like to connect the weights. I find it helps with balance. Up, down towards the front leg. So if you're looking at the same things you did on the other side, change your diagonal. You have 4 more. 1, 2, 3. Last one. Finish this one off. Push up to balance. Find your balance, same diagonal, up and down. Lots of stability happening in that ankle. Can you spread your toes? Make sure there's even weight on toes and heel. See if you can transfer the work up the leg as much as possible. This one and 2 more. 1 and 2. Step to the back of the mat. Rolling forward. Just roll the weights forward a little bit so they're mid-mat. Hang over the legs. Walk out into your plank position. Last set of push-ups here, so add your movement. I don't know, I just feel like this sets out my plank really well. And then drop your knees if you like. 5 fast push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shell stretch. Let's keep the knees together this time. All right, we're gonna do this little we've done this in class, but it's been a while. So I'm gonna keep my knees down the whole time. I'm gonna bend my elbows deep, come forward into a push-up, come up into an extension, and then shift all the way back into a shell stretch. Hardest part is here, keeping the elbows bent as much as possible as you shift forward. Drop the hips, lift the eyes, let the stomach stretch. And then shell stretch. Let's do it 2 more times. So shifting forward, keep the chest low. Arch and come up. And forward. Now, if you're really not feeling that slide forward, you can just come forward into a push-up and do this little modified sun salutation. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to do the full version. So elbows bend, shift forward. Arch and look up. And then take your shell stretch. So now, we're going to reverse it. So up and forward into your push-up. Oh, let's go up into your sun salutation, or arch. Back into your little push-up, and then shift back into your shell stretch. So that version is much harder. So again, just repeat what you did with modifying the last direction we did if you're just not feeling the support you need in your arms. Shifting back. Whatever you're doing, you're going to do 2 more. Push up. Nice extension through the front of the body. Drop a little bit into your push-up and slide back and take a moment in shell. Last one. Push up. Extension. Drop. And shell stretch. And then let's take your arms back by your feet as you just enjoy that opening through the upper back. You're going to slide forward onto your belly. And let's take your hands, stack them, and place them underneath your forehead. Just going to do a little bit more upper back or extension work here. So my legs are narrow, but if you're finding your low back is really tight, just open your legs and externally rotate them. I think that gives you some space in your back. And then just slowly come up into a nice upper back extension, your breaststroke prep, and then lower all the way down. Come on up. And lower down. 2 more. Up. And lower. Come on up. Hold the extension. Arms to the side. Just lower and lift. So my arms are straight out from my shoulders. T position. Down and up. I'm still in my upper back extension. Eyes are just diagonally down, so it's not all happening in the neck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands underneath the forehead. Come on down. Big breath in and out. Come on back up into your breaststroke prep. Just the right arm extends open into a half of a V. Bring it back. Left hand. Just gonna turn myself here. Right hand. And under. Left hand. 1 more each side. Right hand. Extend the arm. Bring it back. Left arm extends. And then lower yourself all the way back down and take your break. Big breath in. Last round, you're going to come on up 1 more time. Arms into a T position. Palms stay to the floor. Slide them down to your hips and grab your weights. Palms stay facing the floor. Just pulse here. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Spin the palms so they face you, and now the pinkies are pointing up as you pulse for 8, 6, 4, and now palms to the ceiling. Keep pulsing. 7, 6, 4, 3, And then lower yourself all the way down. Shift a little bit side to side. We're gonna roll right away onto your side like so. So I'd like to do some spinal rotation before we carry on with some side bends, etc. So arm forward, let's slide it down to your hip as you open away from the screen. And then return on your side. Just give me a second here. So let's do just one more. I was hoping to do about 3 before we move on. You're going to pop yourself up onto your forearm. So the first 2 of these, we're going to do 6 total. The first 2 will be knees down. So we're doing side bends. You're going to lift up into your plank, higher with the hips, side bend through the underneath side of the waist, arm overhead. And then lower all the way down nice and slowly. One more just like that. Now, as we kind of progress this and add a challenge, you can always go back to one of these earlier versions if you're feeling too much stress in your neck, shoulder, or knee. Lengthen the top leg long. Side bend, up. And lower down. With control, one more. And lower down, good. Lengthen the other leg as well. I'm gonna put one foot in front of the other, and we're gonna do 2 here. All the way up. Bend the knees as you lower down. All the way up. Lower down. Take a second. Pick your variation. So knees down, top leg extend, or both leg extends. Arm is lifting to the ceiling. You're going to keep the legs straight, lift up into your plank, and then tap the hips to the ground, lift up. To the ground, lift up. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Good. Come on up to sit. You can pop up something underneath your hips if you'd like. The underneath side will be the side we're opening as you side bend away from that working rib. Spin. Place the other hand on the ground. Right back into your side bend. And all the way up. Let's just do that one more time. Exhale. Little spin, hand to the ground. Side bend. And all the way up. Let's grab your weights. We're going to stay seated. So if this is really not feeling great on your hip flexors, you can give yourself pillows to sit on, or you can just do this all on a chair. So just keep that in mind. Elbows bent, reach the arms forward and in. Forward and in. Forward. Nice and tall through the spine. So we're definitely working arms, but you're also working postural muscles. Just 2 more. I'm only going about shoulder height, maybe a bit lower. Nice, leave the arms forward. Palms rotate down and up and down. Right from the top of the arm, up and down. Up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Palms will stay up to the ceiling. Open them wide, same as we did at the beginning. Cross and open. Let's switch the crossing. And cross. Cross. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's add a little variation with the flip. So palms down as they come in and up as they open. 2, 3. Good. 4 more. 1, 2, 3. We're going to leave the arms open after this last one. Palms to the ceiling. Just a little pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Palms forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Palms down. 1, 2, 3, 4. If this is gathering negative tension in your neck, just drop the weights and keep doing the pulses. Palms back. 10, 9, 7, 6. You can bring your arms forward a little bit and down a bit. Maybe that'll help. Good. And finish. Take a second to just roll the shoulders out. Arms will float up to shoulder height with no weights, and just do this little bow and arrow movement. Switch. Switch. One more each side. And then you're just going to slide your legs the other direction, so you're still facing the screen, and you're going to lay on your side. We'll do those 3 spinal rotations. So arm slides down as you open. And all the way back on your side. Take your time. Again. Coordinate some breath with this movement. Maybe inhale, do nothing, and then exhale, move. This will be your last one. Inhale, stay here, and exhale, return. Let's do our side bends on the forearm. So propping yourself up, knees down and together. Reaching up and over. Lift through that underneath hip and waist, and all the way down. Lift. And all the way down. Let's lengthen the top leg long. Same thing. Lift, really squeeze up through that underneath hip. Control with the shoulders as you come down. And again. And then our last 2 with both legs long. One foot in front of the other. All the way up. Right into that rainbow shape. And all the way down. And last one. So pick your leg position for your 8 lift and lower. This time the legs will stay straight as you lower down, arms straight up. Plank, tap down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the last one. And 8. Lower the hips down. Come on up, cross your legs. Give yourself that prop underneath your hips if you did it on the other side. Big side bend away from that working side. Rotate hand down to the floor. Back into a side bend. And then up to sit tall. One more. Up and over. Big breath in. Exhale perhaps as you soften into the rotation. Inhale as you grow and lengthen out of it. And then exhale, come on back up. Let's come on to sitting with the legs bent and forward. Arms are going to reach forward. Instead of doing that arm work, we're going to perhaps do some here. So let's start with a twist. Deepen through the abs as you lower a little bit off of the sit bone. So it's just a shallow roll back. Twist the other direction. Gather through the abdominals as you just gently roll off your sit bones. Kind of waking up those low abs and opening up through the low back a bit maybe. And now you're going to make this a little bit bigger. So the next time you roll off your sit bones, you'll just go a little farther. Twist as you sit up tall. Gather, roll a little lower. Twist as you sit up tall. Gather it up as you roll back. And again. We'll go this side and the other. And for the last 4 rollbacks, you're going to go as low as you can. So twist, sitting tall like normal. Gather everything, roll back, and you can even kind of tap your back to the mat. Exhale, rolling up. Twist. Feel that gather to the front of the body. And tap. One more each side. And now you're gonna grab the back of your thighs, and this is kind of a break as you slowly roll yourself down. Let's actually make sure that the weights are close to us so you can grab them as we go, all the way onto your back, and your feet lift up into tabletop. Press into the knees for a moment, and just feel that support through the front of the body. The low spine is nice and imprinted. Legs are pushing into hands, hands are pushing into legs. Just hold and breathe. So right here, I'm just gonna, perfect. And then release everything down. Walk the feet nice and wide and just rotate through the low spine a few times if the hip flexors and the low back got too involved or we're just not feeling so great. And then bring the feet back in towards each other. Find your imprint and then legs come back up into tabletop. Let's just press. We're not going to do this for as long, so press and just find all of that great support from upper abs and lower abs. And then grab your weights. Keep the legs where they are, arms up to the ceiling. Palms flip to the ceiling as you drop your hands down into kind of an A position. They stay off the floor and then come back up over the shoulders. Again, A position. Back up. Drop them down. They hover, open through the collarbones. Make sure that mid-back isn't kind of popping off of the floor as you open the arms and engage a bit. Change the engagement, I think, through the abdominals as you move your arms. 2 more. And last one. Let's keep the arms up to the ceiling and just do a few toe taps. And if you're feeling your hip flexors, drop the feet, make them lazy toe taps, and just find the support you need in the low abs to let the hip flexors turn off as much as they would like, or they are able to. If you're good and you're not feeling your hip flexors so much, feet can come up to 90 and just do your traditional toe taps. A lot of that hip flexor activation is usually spine shape, so it takes a lot more work for certain shapes or curves of the spine to use the abdominals in a way where the hip flexors don't have to work. So just to be mindful of that. Last one. And then arms are going to open up into a T position and then straight back up over the shoulders. Open and up. Legs just stay put. You have 4. They hover over the ground, so we're never letting the arms just release. We're using the arms to load the abs, if that wasn't terribly obvious. Okay, one more. Pause with the arms up to the ceiling, and let's do toe taps again. Now, if you want to go back to your lazy toe taps so that you can work on building that awareness of your low abdominals, fantastic, do that. If you're working to challenge the abs in a different way, just reach the toe a little farther away than you did with the time before. So just lengthening the knee or the leg a bit. 4, 3, make sure the knee comes right back over the hip each time. 2, and 1. Pause here. Last variation, opening the arms into a Y, back up over the shoulders. Expanding and opening through the armpits, feeling that anchor right in the mid-back. Hopefully don't drop your weight or your can of soup. You have 3, 2. Lead the arms up to the ceiling, right over top of the shoulders. Let the arm bones sink a little bit into the shoulder socket and the collarbones widen. And then last variation, if you're going to challenge yourself, you can do your single leg stretch legs, or you go back to the variation we did before that feels good for you. Making sure your low back isn't doing the support here. It's all through the front of the body. And if you are finding your low back is doing more work than you like, go right back here. Let's go with single leg stretch if you're doing the full version for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Place the feet down, walk them wide, and we'll just do that nice lower body rotation, just washing the knees side to side. Okay, one more each side. And then we're going to keep the feet nice and wide and go into some hip lifts. So we've done this in class. It's a great one because there's no equipment necessary. So let's turn the toes out. Feet are off, my feet are off my mat, so that's how wide they are. And I'm kind of in a second position, but lying down, hands just on the floor. You're going to lift the hips up, and every time you lift the hips up, you open the knees. They kind of try to come closer to your shoulders, and then lower down, meeting with tailbone. Lifting up, nice and slow for the first few, or I should say the first set. And you have 4, 3, 2, and hold the hips up. You're going to spin on your heels, parallel the feet, and bring the knees all the way together. Hold them, squeeze the knees together, lower and lift here nice and slow. 8, 7. Definitely working those muscles that internally rotate the femur, the thigh bone. So you may feel a little more activation through the lower fibers of the glute and maybe into the hamstring a bit, depending on maybe tightness. Either way, it's okay. I'm definitely feeling that area, that sort of low glute, top of hamstring. One more, lift the hips up and hold. Open back into your second position, this time a little faster. We're going to lower, lift. Make sure those knees are squeezing up to the shoulders. You can feel that gather through that glute, knee, side glute area. Lift just your medium pace. 5, 4, 3. Lift the hips up and hold back into your internally rotated position. Down and up. Medium pace. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. One more. Open back into your second position. Really try to get those knees as close or as open as possible, as close to your shoulders as possible. Down and up fast. 10, 9, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spin back parallel. Squeeze the knees together. Down and up. 1, 2, 5, 8. Hold it up. Open. Spin on the heels. Close. Spin on the heels. Open. Close. 2 more. Open. Close. Last one. Open. And close. Parallel the legs and lower yourself all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest just for a moment. Holy moly. Let's do some stretching here. So we'll take the left ankle across the right knee. We'll do a little gentle thread the needle. Let's take this whole shape and tip it over to the right so that my foot and knee are on the floor and my left knee is pointing up to the ceiling. Press the leg away. I am holding my ankle of the left leg. I should have done this facing you, I realized. Anyway, either way, if your knee is up to the ceiling, you're going to feel that really big opening to the side of the hip. If your knee is close, you're going to feel an opening down a little bit lower. Both are great, so do what feels good. Back onto your back. Hug the knees in. And then we'll cross the other one. So right angle across left. Hug that shape in. Tip it over to your left so your foot and knee are on the floor, and then that knee moves away, and maybe open your body away from the legs. And then come on, back center. Okay, just gonna finish up here with a little bit of movement that may or may not be challenging. So arms up to the ceiling, feet on the ground. You can hold your weights or not. We're gonna do scissors. So one arm overhead, one down, and switch. And I would like you to kind of be at your moderate pace already. And just feel the abdominals helping to support the weight of the arms as they move quite quickly away from your midline, or away from your belly button, I should say. And switch, switch, 3, 2, keep the scissors going, legs up in tabletop. Try to keep the pace the same if you can. Switch, switch, for 3, 2, 1. Feet to the ground again. Keep the scissors going. Lift the hips up. Switch, switch. For 4, 3. Try not to drop the hips at all and keep the pace of the arms moving. 2, 1. Arms up to the ceiling. Roll down through the spine. Lengthen the legs long. Nod the chin and then come on up into a roll up. C-curve over the legs. Halfway back, bringing the weights close to you, bend your elbows, pause here, and we're gonna do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms reach forward, finish the roll down, bend the knees, arms up to the ceiling, scissors, 1. You have 4, 3, 2. Deepen into an imprint. Legs come up into tabletop. Keep the arms going. Challenge yourself with the speed. If you're finding your shoulders are just hating this, drop the weights or lighten the weights if you have that option. 3, 2, feet down, hips up. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms to the ceiling. Roll down through the spine. Lengthen the legs long. Nod the chin. Come on up. C-curve. This time roll halfway back. Let's go palms to the floor and weights on the floor. One arm lifts. Bring it down. Other arm. Try to imagine the arms are as light as a feather aside from the heavy thing at the end of them, as in the weight if you're using weights. It just makes the movement easier in the shoulder. And if it's hard in the shoulder for you, maybe the weights you're using are a little heavy. And then arms reach forward, kind of eye height, and roll down. We're gonna go through this one more time. Bend the knees, arms up to the ceiling, scissors. 3, 2, deepen into an imprint, legs up in table. 4, 3, 2, feet down, hips up. Sorry, cramp. You don't have to do that. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms up to the ceiling, roll all the way down, lengthen the legs long, nod the chin, come on up. Just a little steep curve over the legs. You're gonna roll all the way down, drop the weights hand behind the head, come on up into tabletop, bicycle, slow, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little bit faster, 8, 7, 4, a little bit faster, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. Tuck the knees in. Rock side to side. Grab the backs of the thighs. Nod the chin. Press into the hands with the legs as you come up. Fold over top of your legs. Let your arms just droop to the side. Let your head go. Breathe into the back of the body. Hang out here for a moment. Really taking big breaths and letting the breath stretch and open the ribs and the low back. Come on up and sit. Give yourself whatever props you need. Take your time, there's no rush. We're just gonna do some side bending here. So let's go with the left arm up, all the way over. Rotate, place your hand on the floor. You don't have to be so far around. You could actually be quite on a much more shallow diagonal if that feels good for your back. Right back into your side bend. Come on up. Tricep. Little tiny bend over. Hand or arm in front. Shoulder. This always reminds me of like elementary school gym class. Little rotation towards the hand. Still good. Other side. Little spin, hands to the ground. Right back into your side bend. All the way up, tricep. Little bend away. Let's bring the hand in front. Little rotation towards your hands. I said hand and then arm. All the way back. Let's come into a little ball. Just hang out here for a moment. And just find that opening through the ankles and calves. Now, if this is a terrible position for your knees, come on up into a bent knee forward fold. You can widen your feet as much as you need to and just hang out here for a moment. If you are okay to do this ball, just really find that flexion from top of head to tailbone and breathe into it. And then everyone will straighten their legs a little bit more. If you're already in that forward fold, just stay here. Grab your elbows. Just pull a little bit down to get those shoulder blades up towards your ears. Breathe into the belly. Let the belly button expand. I find this position to take deep breaths is so grounding. If I'm feeling a little, it's way too in my head through the day, so I don't know if that'll help you, but slowly start to roll up. Feel your legs kind of power up as you slowly stack the spine. Keep pulling the arms down so you get that opening through the shoulder blades. Once you're up, I like to close my eyes here and just feel that, like, whoo, that little head rush, maybe. And then you can feel your feet, which is always a good thing. And let's just open the chest. So lace the fingers behind, just lengthen the arms gently down. We're not pulling. We just kind of want this expansion through the collarbones and sternum. Look up. Maybe lift the arms if you'd like. You don't have to. And then you can let that go. Okay. That is it. Thank you everyone for joining.
And I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye. Have a safe, good week.